Hello, and welcome to Write Your Book, Grow Your Business live training with Mary Knipple, the book mentor. And have you ever had one of those things where you were all set to go and all of a sudden your screen went blank? If I look like I'm like, that's just what happened. So I'm so glad that I got to jump back in here. So let's get started. I'm Mary Knipple. I've been a journalist for over 35 years. I have a knack for asking questions to help you get the story that's in your head on the page. And today we're going to talk about how do you get started? Where do you find your story? And the those key elements that you need to know, like who are you talking to? Who's your audience? And what's how do you find that core message, that thing that is going to make compel your readers to be turning those pages and reading to the end of your book, and for you to keep going in collecting that content and crafting your message so that you can finish the book and have those readers be searching for what you have created for them. Oh, I mentioned that I was a journalist. I am a journalist. I mean, I am curious about your story, and what I am devoted to doing is helping women tell their transformational stories. The project that I'm working on right now is, in her own words, a collaborative book that 12 women will be telling their transformational story. And that may be something that you entertain as a way to dive into creating your solo book. It's a way to get your feet wet. Whatever you choose to be working on, you have to be clear about the core message that you want to be sharing, and the reader, the ideal client, that one person that you're speaking to when you're writing your book. So, first of all, how do you find your story? Well, we have had so many life experiences. Just think about what we've gone through in the last 3 years. You know, everybody had their own experience as far as how they dealt with the pandemic, what they had to do to pivot and cope and assess. Okay, what am I going to do now that I can't do my normal life, and how did that impact how you're going forward now? And maybe you're part of the great quitting, that you're restructuring your whole life, and you figured out that you weren't doing something that you wanted to be doing, that you have a passion for something else. And maybe you're going to write about the journey that you've been on since you discovered, I don't want to go into the office. I don't want to be have somebody else be dictating when I can see my kids, and worrying about, well, am I going to be getting these check marks because I was having to take my child to the doctor. So being your own boss has gotten to be your priority. Being able to express your creativity and explore new ways of being who you are, and you rediscovered something that you loved to do when you were a kid, and now you figured out, oh, this is the way that I was meant to impact people. This is my gift that I'm meant to be sharing with the world. I know how to do something. I know how to teach something. I know how to craft something. So write about your life experience and where it is affecting you now, and how that lesson, the wisdom that you learned from that lesson, impacts someone else. And that leads us to your core message, your why. It's how you have discovered who you are and the heart of what you want to do in the world, and how you want to interact with people, that reconnecting or reestablishing your values, of what you stand for, how you want to give hope and inspiration to others in the world. And what else did I want? I wanted to talk about how you stay motivated, how you keep yourself sitting down to write. And one of the ways that I find that helps me get in touch with my passions, reaffirms my core message, and helps me build the content that I want to share personally and professionally is writing in a journal. If you made the commitment to write in a journal every day and started with the your own writing prompt, what does my book want me to know today? You would be amazed. You set the timer for 5 minutes and don't let your hand come up off the page. And it's really, really important that you're using that pen. You have hand and page contact, and that's the direct link between your heart and the message that you are here to deliver. And you'd be amazed at what comes up when you make that commitment to show up on the page. Sorry, all of a sudden I'm dry. Excuse me. I'm passionate about that. I'm choked up about it. But having that conversation on the page is so key. And that brings us to the other key is the core message, your why. Keeping a journal helps you create the content and also reaffirms your why. And that is the way that you will connect with who wants to read your stuff and will keep reading your stuff. When you make it so clear that this is the story you are meant to share, that this is who you are on the page. and and that is how you are going to write the book that your readers are going to want to read. And then you let them know how they can stay in touch with you, that you give them a call to action, that you know how you want to impact them, what you want them to do, what you want them to know, how you want them to feel when you finish reading your book. And if you want to know more, if you're listening to the replay and you have questions, if you're listening to it now and you have questions, you can go to yourwritingmentor.com and schedule time to talk to me, or you can go to www.call-mary.com and get right up to my calendar. I am committed to helping you tell the story that only you can tell, because that's that's the story that the world is waiting to hear, the one that you are going to share about your life experiences and how they have molded you into who you are. And there's nothing like you being able to share that message and have people repeat back to you the words that you have shared with them, and they let you know how they impacted you. I'm Mary Knipple, the book mentor, inviting you to write your book to grow your business.